Good morning. Hi everyone, it's Stacy. We're Loving My Veteran and this is Walking in My Shoes. Let's see if everything comes up like it's supposed to be today. Never know with this lovely little adventure. Give me a few minutes to get some coffee. Sorry it took a few minutes to get on here. Let me see if I can see comments today. I couldn't see comments lately. I've had to use my phone too, which is like annoying. And of course we're back to that again. So hold tight. Let me get my little situation resolved here so I can see the comments because I can't do it without them. Drives me nuts. Oh, there we go. Morning. Here we go. Now I can see some comments. Pam about made me spit my coffee out this morning with her little thing she sent me bright and early this morning, so I thought that was kind of nice. I had a great conversation last night on Let's Talk. That is going to lead us into next Thursday. It is super, super important that prescribing normal. Um, if you have a veteran who is on medication for PTSD or psych medicine of any kind, it is really important that you watch this movie. It is $10. I promise you it is worth every dime. If you know anybody who is on any behavior medications, this is not totally veteran related. So if you know anybody who's on these types of medications, please, please, please encourage them. We will be really pushing the link and stuff all this coming week. It is super important. But we got talking about medications. And some of the medications that we came up with when we were talking last night, actually, one of the veterans was taking a box of medications and he has a liver issue, and these medications, the warnings on them are causes liver damage, do not take with liver damage, do not take with liver problems. So that was just kind of something that we came across last night. So we had a really good time. It was a great, insightful Let's Talk last night. So if y'all are missing Let's Talk, it is worth it. We have so much fun on there. Good morning, Sarah. So today we're going to talk about the things. When we say wedding vows, and there's a lot of us that, you know, you may not say those vows. You may be partners and spouses and girlfriends or whatever, but it is, we promise in sickness and in health. And we don't always know what those sicknesses are going to be. We don't always know what that health journey is going to be like. It is definitely challenging. I'm going to say that and put that right out there. It is definitely challenging, but it's challenging regardless of what the illness is. So, nothing in life is normal. There is no such thing. Everybody has a different view of normal, and everybody has a different challenge in their life. I always go back to my parents and my grandparents because obviously they're the people I know the most about. My grandfather was diagnosed with a terminal cancer um, that has a 6 month to a year expectancy when my daddy was 11. He lived into his 80s. Okay? So their life presented major challenges. This man lost his leg because of the cancer. Um, there were certain things he couldn't do. He had two children to raise, an 11-year-old and a 2-year-old. He had a wife. He had just bought a business. And yes, he had a horrific illness. You think radiation treatment is bad, you ought to try cobalt treatment. That is worse than anything ever. So what I'm saying is that they faced challenges, health challenges that were physical, they were mental, they were financial, but I never remember them focusing on my grandfather's cancer. When my dad developed cancer, it was not daddy the cancer patient. Yes, he had mesothelioma. Yes, we knew it was terminal. But I'm telling you, the week before my father died, I was in the Keys with him, swimming with the dolphins and walking down Mallory Square because we didn't let that illness define us. And so we go through this and we let, good morning Colleen, good morning everybody, we let illnesses, sicknesses define the person in the relationship. And when we do this, we sign on for the whole package. We sign on for the whole package. I don't choose to be married on good days. I don't choose, oh, I'm only going to be married on good days. You know, Carl doesn't live with me and say, I'm only going to be with Stacy when she's having a good day. We don't do that. We sign on for the good, the bad, and the ugly. So health challenges do add to the problem. And they're hard to deal with sometimes. But we can't let it consume our lives. What is life like without PTSD? Everybody close your eyes for a minute and think about life without PTSD or TBI. What would that life be like? We don't know. We don't live in it. So what we have to do is we have to choose. I know, right? It's not an option. Sorry, babe. We have to choose to live a life with this and make it manageable. It doesn't have to be all consuming. And so when we get on, good morning, Nakia, when we get on these thoughts about, well, he has this, or she has that, or this illness takes this, or this illness takes that, or we have to do this, or we have to do that, or I have to do this, or I have to do that. Y'all realize what it's like for us to go traveling somewhere? And it's not Carl's stuff, it's my stuff. You know what it's like to always be in this constant state? I was showing somebody last night about my book, and I promise you, everybody whose husband or spouse or wife is on medications or treatment through the VA, you need to get yourself a 3-ring binder, print out every single thing, every drug interaction, and keep it so you can reference it. But we literally do not go to town without my book. We do not go to town without some things that I may have to have should I start to bleed. I mean, it's something we do. We just do it. We pack it up, we do it, we move on. People who are on oxygen, they pack it up, they carry the portable oxygen, they move on. I mean, it is something that we just take with us and we do. But it doesn't consume your life. You cannot sit here. I can't get up and sit on the couch every single day and have Carla come in and say, oh, is that a new bruise today? Are you bleeding today? Is this going on today? Is this going on today? If we focus on dying, we're not going to live. If we focus on dying, we're not going to live. If we focus on PTSD, we're never going to have a life without it. If we focus on TBI, we're never going to have moments without it. Stop making it your focus. You have to stop making it your focus. That is what I'm talking about in sickness and in health. There are still healthy moments. Enjoy them. You cannot, it becomes, you're right, Sarah, if we let it consume, they will consume. And that's what happens. We get in this spiral. We talk about our veterans getting in this spiral where they spiral to a negative place. What do you think we do on the backside when we focus on this all the time? Are we not spiraling our relationship to a negative place? Are we not spiraling our relationship to a negative place when all we do is focus on the stuff? You just have to shelve the thoughts of what you don't have and find what you do. That's right. You know, our vows, any relationship vows, are so intense. for better, for worse. If we sit here, and you're right, you can't allow them to bring us into their spiral. But when we're all spiraling, where the hell do you think we are? When it becomes so focused every single day, how many of you every single day get up and think about where your veteran is based on PTSD or a TBI? How many of us do that? Oop, are we having a good mood today? Are we going to have a bad mood today? Where's his PTSD? Where's his TBI? Where's his trigger? Where's his this? How many of us get up and think about it every single day? How many of us get up and think about it every single day? The truth is, most of us do. That's the truth. The truth is, most of us do. That creates that negative spiral. You're right, Stephanie. It's one big effed up tornado, and it is like an F5, and it is horrible for us. But better or worse? Do you want to live your life in the worse or in the better? Find the better moments. Reflect on the better moments. There are going to be worse moments, and that's fine. But you have somebody who's going to go through them with you. They may not be an active participant always, but if you keep bringing up the negative, that's all they see. So let's focus on some better moments. Better or worse? Better is the key. Richer or poor? And I'm not talking about financially, y'all. Do you want to have a life that's rich? Rich with friends, rich with happiness, rich with everything we have in us? Do you want that kind of richness in your life? Or do you want the poorness in your life? Which do you want? Sickness and in health. Are we so focused on the sickness that we don't enjoy the health? And I'm not just talking about the physical PTSD, TBI, or every other medical thing that's going on with them. What I'm talking to you about is this: the sickness of our relationship. Have we made our relationship sick? We are just as much a part as they are. Our reaction to their illness, to their situation, when all we do is get caught in, oh my God, my life is so horrible. He has PTSD, he has a TBI, I have to worry about this, I have to worry about that, we have multiple medical going on, we have to worry about this, we have to worry about that. What do? We bring it in and we make our own relationship sick. Are there moments you have to deal with the PTSD or the TBI situation? Absolutely. It's no different than having a respiratory patient, a patient with COPD, that all of a sudden the allergy season has kicked in, or there's smoke in the air, or a low pressure system which triggers those events goes on. But you know what? You can still sit there and watch TV together and have a meaningful life together, even with a COPD patient, and you're not bringing sickness. You're not bringing sickness into the situation. And you're right, Nakia, the veteran doesn't shoulder all the blame. We all are part of this. I'm not saying that they are flawless, because they're not. Because you know how I feel about the path of least resistance. But if we set everything up in our mindset, y'all know that right now we set the tone. Okay, I'm gonna say this one more time, and y'all are gonna be like, Stacy, you're crazier than a loon. I'm not. I promise. I have a lot of things going on in my life, but crazy as a loon is not one of them. All right, I'm just gonna tell you that. We set the tone. right? So if we set the tone for our own days, I'm not talking necessarily the house, but our own days. So if we wake up pissed off, angry, expecting a bad result, expecting, oh God, we're going to have to go through this again. If we go through that and set that tone, guess what we're going to have? We're going to have a bad day. They're going to have a bad day. People feed off of each other's emotions. That's what happens. That's what happens. We set the tone. So when we keep sitting here saying, you have to take care of you, you have to take care of you, you have to get you right. If you don't get you right, and you're not in a better place, and the tone's not in a better place, you're never going to make it because you're feeding into the sickness of your relationship. Right? And that's tough. And that is tough. Yeah, we have a lot of things to address with them. Yes, they live in a box of avoidance at times. Yes, they have their moments at times. Yes, we all do. The difference is without the PTSD, I know that we just got to get shit done no matter how bad I feel. It's just suck it up, buttercup, and let's do it and get the shit done. If we are great multitaskers, and just in case you're interested, guys are not the best multitaskers in the world. So can I please tell you this? All morning I get anxiety keeping your kid from waking him. Yeah, we get there. Guys are not the best multitaskers in the world, right? So they get on this topic, right? And they want to do things. What can we address this issue and get it handled? And can we address this issue and can we get it handled? And can we address this issue and can we get it handled? And they want to do it like one flipping thing at a time. Right? We can't do that. Sometimes there are multiple things going on that need to get fixed at one time. And that's where we have to pick up that slack. Because remember, they're taught that way. They're taught 1 or 2 objectives completes the mission. We have to complete the mission before we move on to the next step of the mission. That's just the way they're taught. Okay, my mission, because of where I came from and in EMS, you don't just do that. When it's you in the back of the truck and somebody in the cardiac arrest, I'm not going to pull over and wait for somebody else. Nope, I'm going to bag them with my knees and do chest compressions and pull the stuff out. Yeah, that's what Carl tells me. He's so funny. He's like, when I tell him, oh, where are we going? And he'll go, we're going down the road a piece, just down the road a bit. And he's like, look, Georgia's got a really weird a bit or a piece because it's not right down the road. It's like 25 minutes. Well, to me, it's right down the road. But I take the back way to get there. It's just who I am. So, yeah, it's funny because Carl says that to me all the time. Can we just get to the point? And I'm like, get to the point? Do you people even know what get to the point is? Come on. The song that never ends. We all know that. But this is how we have healthy. Yo, we're missing out on healthy because we're fueling into the sickness. We're fueling into the illness. We're fueling into the illness and the toxicity in our own relationships. Don't focus on it. When you focus on it, it consumes you. You have to not focus on it. It consumes you. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Why are we focusing on that? There is a lot of beauty on the back roads. And the walking on eggshells, Y'all know that is so dangerous. And Kim, I understand. You know, you got a little one at home, and I get that. And you know, yes, he sleeps, and if he's like any of these other guys without sleep, it is not a good situation. And it is important that they have sleep, where it's never good. So, yeah, there is that balance that you want, but you can't be afraid of it. You can't be afraid of it. You just got to go on and move. Deal with it, roll with it, and just look at them and say, "You fathered her." You think I want to be the one who gets up with her at 5 o'clock in the morning when she's bouncing off the roof? No, I'd like to sleep till 9 too. But you fathered her, and you have a responsibility. Put it back where it goes. And y'all, we have to learn to live in health. No matter what the sickness is, we have to learn to live in health. I go back to my hero Nakia, and the astronomical medical issues that go on with Richard. But how many times do you hear Nakia talk about love? Talk about love and loving her Richard. How many times do you hear that? She could get so drugged down in the negativity. She doesn't. I mean, yeah, there's days that it's hard, and I'm sure there's days for her that she wakes up and she's like, again? Right? We have to live in health. We have to do this. We have to have a healthy relationship. We're not living in sickness. That is us. That is our choice. I know for a fact on this list right here of people who are actively watching, there is a significant group of us that have autoimmune disorders. A significant group of us. In fact, Michelle and I were comparing labs this morning. It was like at 5 o'clock. What are the other? Oh, we're comparing labs. But we can either choose to live or choose not to. Go back to the Tim McGraw song, Live Like You Were Dying. Go fishing. I'm not going skydiving ever. I might go Rocky Mountain climbing, okay? But skydiving, I'm not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. But do the things in your relationship that matter. Do the little things that matter. Build a healthy relationship. We go back to saying grace, not perfection. Who really gives a damn if the dishes are sitting in the sink when you can go outside? Who can do this? Who can do that? That's where we're missing the boat. Go outside. It's beautiful out. We sit outside. You're going out tonight? I'm so happy for you, Sarah. We sit outside sometimes and just look at the freaking sun. But we have to make that change. That is our in health. Yes, PTSD will rear its ugly head when you least expect it. But for me, so will a nosebleed. For a COPD patient, so will an asthma attack or shortness of breath. For people who don't have control of their bowels or their bladder, you know what? It might happen when you least expect it. But you know what you do with that? You clean it up and you go on. If my nose bleeds, suck it up, put something in and let's move. This is the happiness that we live in. This is where we do this. Y'all, I do. The dishes will still be there. That has been really ready for that. I've learned, I've learned that the dishes will be there. I've learned that dinner can be just as good with a grilled cheese sandwich. Yeah, I'm telling you, Sarah, I'm having a hard time with the dishes too, but I'm learning. And it's okay. Exactly. No mamas have full control of the bladder. That's right. And y'all, this is where we are. Learn to live healthy, in health, in health with the parameters that we have. Okay? It's what happens. Y'all think you got it bad with the laughing and the coughing. I done had the two babies and all the other stuff going on. And now I'm taking a little bit of Lasix. So standing up now creates an issue. I'm just telling you. So all y'all who got this going on with the coughing and the thing, nope. I'm taking a little bit of Lasix now, so standing up can create a waterfall. I'm just saying it's not the grassest tug ever. But choose your happiness. Choose your healthy. We have that ability. Our relationship has that ability. What are we going to choose? Are we going to choose sickness or are we going to choose health? Which one are we going to choose? Where are we going to go? Michelle, you got that little trampoline outside your back door, that little bouncy thing that came out that was acquired. What are we going to choose? I'm choosing health. We're choosing a healthy relationship. We're choosing to live in health. Doesn't mean there's days I don't feel good. It doesn't mean there's days that sickness doesn't come over us. But what are you going to do? You're going to stay in that bed forever? You're going to get your ass up and you're going to be a functioning part of this world. How many people, and I know Michelle is one of them. Michelle, it's been cold, icky, snowy, gray, and you had your oil change, so Michelle totally felt like doo-doo. But what happens today when the blue sky comes out and it warms up just a little bit and you get to sit outside and you get to see the fresh air and you get your ass out of your state of funk? What does that do for your overall health? What does that do for your overall health? It's what happens. It's what we do. It's where we go. That sun, that freshness, that overall health. Get your ass out of bed, uncover your head, and learn to live. Learn to live and learn to live healthy. That's on us. We choose to live healthy. We're going to choose to live. That's on us. Again, I tell everybody, when that doctor said terminal illness, I freaked out for a minute. And then I decided everybody has a terminal illness. We all going to die at some point. We're all going to die at some point. We all have a terminal illness. I go back to listening to a sermon that a preacher said. We get so focused on a tombstone about the day of our birth and the day of our death. And one just says the day we took our first breath, and the other just defines the day we took our last. What matters isn't that day we took our first breath or the day we took our last. What matters most is the dash in between. How are you living your dash? What is your dash going to say about you? What is your dash going to say about your life? What's that going to say? Is it going to say that I chose to live an unhealthy, unhappy life, wallowing in my own self pity? Or is it going to say, I got up off of my ass, I pulled myself out of the darkness, I brushed the dirt off yet again, and I chose to live? Live your dash. Because the day of your death is etched in stone. It's the dash that matters. And if we choose to not live and not live healthy and not make healthy choices and not choose to have a happy life, then you might as well etch your stone date right now. I'm not saying end your life, but your happiness and the death of your soul and your spirit, you might as well etch that today. I'm living for the dash. That's what matters. That dash. I'm asking you to live like you're dying. I'm asking you to live a healthy life. And I'm asking you to live the dash. Because when you do, everything changes. Everything changes. I use the words of Carl a lot, and I'm going to go back to him one more time. If he says something, and I'm like, but I took it this way, and he looks at me and he says, but that's on you. And I'm like, the hell, that's on you. If you choose to wallow in it, that's on you. If you don't, and you want to live for the dash. Don't put it on anybody else, because how you live your life is on you, nobody else. And that's where we are. For better, for worse, which one are you choosing? I choose better. In sickness and in health, I'm choosing health. And for richer or poorer, I'm taking richer. Although I will say this, little of the green stuff falling off of the tree in my backyard would be nice, but I'll take richer in the what I have emotionally any day of the week. Oh, Nakia, don't say that in print. Now I got to live with this shit. You are not making my life easy. And it is funny because, look, this is funny. Sue said, Corey said the same thing. Stephanie said Mike said that same thing to her the other night. Carl says it to me. Look at this, y'all. Just look. We think they're so bad. I will, if I find some money seeds for free money, I will share the wealth. I promise. Okay, I'll just pass it along. Although I did find where you can invest in pot online as a business. Might be a financial choice. Or in Melissa's case, wine. Little mini bottles that come wherever. Yeah. What are we going to live for, y'all? They all said it to us. They're right. And we get in our mind that they're always wrong. Live for the dashes. Enjoy your life. Let's be happy. Let's be healthy. And let's continue. So here's my challenge this weekend. Y'all, it is Friday. Let's take our weekends and live for the dash. Let's take our weekends and live like we're dying. Let's take our weekends and be healthy. That's what we need to be. That's what we do. I love you, eCoin Investments. I love you. That's what we need to do. So I'm going to get off here. I have a lot to do. Please, if you have not gotten your tickets, there are only 12 people that have gotten tickets for Medicating Normal. If you have not gotten your tickets, please get them now. These people are I'm going off on a limb. It cost them $250. Yay, date night, enjoy your dash. It cost them $250 to bring us this movie, and right now we've paid them $120 off of our ticket sales. So if you've not gotten your tickets for prescribing, for medicating normal, please get on board and get them. It will be worth every dime. I have seen it. Michelle has seen it. We pre-screened it. It is worth every dime, and it is not just about veterans. So if you have family or friends, children that you know that are on that are on these medications, share this. Share this, share this, share this. It is not just about veterans. It is totally about the way we over medicate society. So I had to put that out there one more time. Y'all, this has been Walking in My Shoes. You know I'm not a paid counselor. I just speak what's on my mind. God help y'all. If you need professional help, please get it. And everything we do here is copyrighted to Loving My Veteran. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Live for the dash. Enjoy your date nights, girls. Bye.